Legends are not just stories, they are echoes of our deepest fears and desires. From mischievous tricksters to winged omens of doom, mythical creatures keep appearing in folklore, in tales, and even in eyewitness accounts. The real question isn't if these beings exist, but why so many people continue to see them centuries after the first stories were told. Today, I'll take you through 6 creatures that blend folklore, history, and modern myth. And we begin with a trickster of the prairie, a creature that laughs, sings, and always outsmarts you, the jackalope. Not all mythical creatures are terrifying, some are playful. The jackalope, one of America's most famous tall-tale creatures, is a rabbit with antelope or deer antlers sprouting from its head. Cowboys in the 1800s swore they glimpsed rabbits sprinting across the plains with antlers gleaming in the moonlight. Some claimed the animals mimicked their songs around campfires, repeating verses in eerie, high-pitched tones. These tales spread quickly, and before long, tourists reported seeing horned rabbits darting across roads in Wyoming and Colorado. Scientists explain such stories with Shope papillomavirus, a disease that causes horn-like growths on rabbits. Locals who stumbled upon these disfigured hares may have been convinced they had witnessed the legendary jackalope itself, but the myth lived on, not only because of science, but also because of humor. Trickster tales surrounding the jackalope describe it as fond of whiskey, fond of singing, and nearly impossible to catch. Hunters were told to lure it with music or a bottle of spirits, only to be outwitted by the quick-footed creature. Though often played as a joke, mounted jackalopes still hang in bars and shops, and shadowy figures in fields continue to fuel the story. The jackalope endures as proof that folklore, laughter, and curiosity can keep a legend alive across generations. Legends say that those who don't follow this channel will be forever chased by the jackalope, so you'd better hit subscribe quickly. The second creature is the vampire. Shadows of eternal thirst. Few mythical beings have left as deep an imprint on our imagination as the vampire. Though often romanticized today, its roots lie in fear of the dead and disease. In Eastern Europe, where the modern vampire legend flourished, people believed the dead could return from their graves to drain the life from the living. Illnesses such as tuberculosis, which wasted away entire families, reinforced the fear of corpses rising for blood. The vampire's classic image is chilling: pale skin, sharp fangs, nocturnal habits, and an insatiable thirst for blood. Some historical figures, such as Countess Elizabeth Bathory, accused of bathing in the blood of virgins, inspired tales that later blended into vampire lore. The most famous vampire of all, Dracula, emerged from Bram Stoker's 1897 novel. This archetype shaped the vampire's place in horror, turning folklore into Gothic literature. In modern times, vampires have evolved from terrifying predators to tragic anti-heroes. Stories like Twilight and the Vampire Diaries transformed them into symbols of forbidden love and immortality, blurring the line between fear and desire. Whether seen as monsters, lovers, or metaphors for death and eternity, vampires remain one of the most enduring creatures in mythology. But beyond fiction, real sightings exist. In 1725, Austrian officials investigated reports of villagers dying mysteriously in Medvegia. Locals swore a man named Arnold Paul had risen from the grave to drink blood. Corpses were exhumed, and when Paul's was found fresh with blood at his mouth, his body was staked and burned. In 19th century New England, families dug up suspected vampires like Mercy Brown in Rhode Island, fearing she was draining her relatives' lives from beyond the grave. The next myth is Godzilla, the nuclear-born giant. Unlike ancient legends, Godzilla is a creature born in modern times, yet it has achieved mythic status. First appearing in 1954's Japanese film Gojira, Godzilla was created in the shadow of nuclear destruction. Japan had endured the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, followed by U.S. nuclear tests in the Pacific. Godzilla became a monstrous embodiment of nuclear fear. Described as a massive reptilian titan, Godzilla towers over cities, unleashing devastation with its colossal strength and radioactive breath. At first, it was pure destruction incarnate, a warning about the consequences of tampering with forces beyond human control. Interestingly, Fishermen in the 1950s reported catching massive, mutated sea creatures near irradiated waters after nuclear testing in the Pacific. Some tabloids sensationalized these stories as proof of Godzilla-like beasts lurking in the deep. Though no giant kaiju has emerged from the sea, Godzilla remains a living myth. Each new sighting of nature's power, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, reminds us of the monster born from humanity's darkest fears. The fourth mythical beast in this video is the Thunderbird. Wings of storm and thunder. The Thunderbird is one of the most powerful figures in the mythology of North America's indigenous peoples. Stories describe a colossal bird with wings so vast they could blot out the sun. Each flap of its wings brought thunder, and lightning flashed from its eyes. Different tribes tell different versions. Among the Lakota, the Thunderbird is a guardian spirit, protector against evil. Among the Ojibwe, it punishes those who break sacred laws. In all versions, it embodies nature's raw and uncontrollable power. The Thunderbird is not just a destroyer, it is also a bringer of balance, ensuring harmony between the natural and spiritual worlds. Even today, sightings of enormous birds in the skies are sometimes linked to the Thunderbird legend. Even today, people scanning the skies sometimes catch sight of shadows so huge they wonder, could something ancient and powerful still roam above us? In modern culture, the Thunderbird has been reimagined in literature, films, and games. But its core meaning remains the same, a symbol of awe and respect for forces greater than ourselves, forces that humans can never fully control. Number 5 is the Dover Demon. Enigma of Massachusetts. Unlike ancient myths, the Dover Demon is a creature of recent history. In April 1977, several teenagers in Dover, Massachusetts, reported seeing a strange being over the course of 2 nights. They described it as small and thin, with pale, almost glowing skin. Its head was large and bulbous, with glowing orange eyes, but no visible nose or mouth. Its long, spindly limbs and awkward movements made it even more unsettling. Speculation ran wild. Some suggested it was an alien, others a mutated animal, and skeptics dismissed it as teenage imagination. Despite multiple witnesses, the sightings ended as quickly as they began. Though never seen again, the creature still haunts books and online discussions. In Dover, the mystery lingers, as if the demon is waiting to be seen again. The Dover Demon never gained the fame of Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster, but it remains a cult cryptid. In books, documentaries, and internet discussions, the mystery of what those teens saw still lingers. Whether hoax, misidentification, or something stranger, the Dover Demon represents how quickly modern legends can emerge and how they continue to fascinate decades later. The sixth myth is the Mothman. Red-eyed omen. The Mothman is one of the most mysterious and enduring cryptids of the modern era. First reported in November 1966 in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, it was described as a tall, humanoid figure with massive wings and glowing red eyes. Over the next year, more than 100 people claimed to see the creature. Witnesses reported it flying over cars, perching on rooftops, or emerging from the woods. Its appearances seemed to culminate in tragedy. In December 1967, the Silver Bridge collapsed, killing 46 people. Many came to believe the Mothman was either a harbinger of doom or a supernatural warning. The mystery of the Mothman grew with John Keel's 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies, and the 2002 film adaptation, which cemented the creature as a cultural icon. Today, the Mothman is celebrated with an annual festival in Point Pleasant, where a statue of the winged figure stands. Whether seen as a monster, omen, or misunderstood guardian, the Mothman embodies humanity's fascination with the unknown and the way legends grow around fear and tragedy. From forests to skies, from folklore to film, these creatures mirror our darkest fears and wildest imaginations. But are they just stories or warnings we've yet to understand? Next time you hear a rustle in the dark, look twice. And if you dare, subscribe for more.